Hey guys, this is probably going to be the longest video I've ever done in my entire life. And this is all of the Spider-Man characters from the Spider-Verse. There is about 420 something characters. I don't want to go over it too much, but there's 300. I have 320. There's 427 characters in this game. We're going to go over all of them. And we're going to start off with the easiest one, which are the infinite characters, because there's only 14 infinite. So, boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, we're going to go over all the Spider-Man and, I guess, characters from the Spider-Man universe. First off, we have Agent Anti-Venom. This really, really cool character here. As you can see, white and black design. Really, really cool. Let's go on in here. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man Venom Incorporated Inc. Alpha number 1. Someone stole Flash's symbiote. Using his deep connection to Venom, Flash tracked it down, finding out that it had now reconnected with Eddie Brock, who was hiding out at an Alchemax laboratory. Flash fought Eddie for the control of the symbiote, but using the ensuing chaos caused a vat of astrobiological serum to fall over, dousing Flash and his symbiote. Not killing them, but rather changing them. They are now Agent Anti-Venom, and they're ready to be briefed on their next mission. So this one is really cool, really cool. I always like this character. This is one of the rare ones that are in the game. We have Little Venom here. This is the first time I've actually seen this character in this game or in the Spider-Man universe. Uh, Little Venom, really tiny looking Venom. I don't know who he's possessing, but first appearance, giant size, Little Marvel, AVX number 2. Just after lunchtime, right before nap time, a battle is waged on the playground of the Marvel School Elementary School. Little heroes face off against little villains with the fate of the kickball court on the line. Look, you can even see it now. Venom is on the jungle gym, planning out his next attack. Don't let Venom's adorable look deceive you. This cute and cuddly creep can throw quite the temper tantrum. So this is Little Venom. All right, we have Anti-Venom here, and this is what he looks like. Well, I guess this is the design in Spider-Man Unlimited. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 569. After being diagnosed with cancer, Eddie Brock debonded from his symbiote and eventually swore to try and atone for his checkered past. He began working at a center dedicated to helping the homeless. However, what Eddie did not realize was that the center was a front for the criminal activities of Mr. Negative, who uses his mysterious powers to cure Eddie's cancer. Mr. Negative's power had a strange reaction with the lingering traces of the symbiote in Eddie's body, and when the Venom symbiote tried to rebond with Eddie, it inadvertently formed Anti-Venom, a new symbiote with the powers to cure any illness in the human body. So we have Anti-Venom here. All right, this is Carnage. Look at him. And this is the Carnage from this Spider-Man, Spider-Verse. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 361. Cletus Cassidy was a mentally unstable serial killer on the fast track to a life behind bars until the fateful day when he briefly shared a cell with Eddie Brock. Brock, who had at this point was already bonded with the Venom symbiote, had no trouble breaking out of the prison. But when he did, he left something behind, an offspring of his symbiote, who quickly bonded with Cletus Cassidy, creating the super villain known as Carnage. Carnage used his symbiote to break out of prison and embark on a reign of terror that could only be stopped by the amazing Spider-Man. So I guess this is the classic Carnage. This is Scream, and this is what she looks like. She has these really long hair. Obviously, um, this is this Scream from this universe. If you actually checked out the Marvel Legend universe, her hair is much poofier, or I guess left and right. All right, so first appearance, Venom Lethal Protector number 4, once a security guard. Donna Daigo was implanted with the Scream symbiote as a means of enhancing her professional effectiveness, quote unquote. That and her history of psychosis made her a powerful foe for a time, though she's since reformed for now, anyways. Silver Sable. And this is the Silver Sable in this particular game. I mean, there obviously in other Spider Verse, like the Spider-Man PS4, that one looks different. You know, even in what do you call it? The Spectacular Spider-Man series, they look different. Every, I mean, Silver Sable don't have a generic look. I mean, you know, she always looked different. Amazing Spider-Man issue 265. Born. I don't even know how to say this. Born Silver Savalnova in a small European country of Skimkura. Oh my god, I can't even say this. Forget that. All right, we're skipping that. The Silver Sable was trained in the ways of combat by her father, who was a talented Nazi hunter. After his death, she assumed control of his mercenary group, the Wild Pack, and founded Silver Sable International, selling her mercenary service to anybody who could pay the right price and using the spoils to help her native country. Sometimes she has worked with Spider Man, sometimes fought against him, and though she has operated on both sides of the law, this Silver Sable has a heart of gold. So there's Silver Sable. All right, we have Agent Venom here. This is the regular one. You know, I don't know if he don't look any different. I mean, he looks the same. Secret Avengers issue 23. A former classmate of Peter Parker who bullied him relentlessly, Flash Thompson was ironically one of Spider Man's biggest fans. During college, Peter and Flash would eventually bury the hatchet and become friends. Eventually, Flash would leave college and join the army, where he traveled the world before being sent to Iraq. While saving fellow soldiers from an enemy attack, Flash lost both of his legs. However, rather than being defeated by his injuries, Flash pushed on and signed up for a top secret program called Project Rebirth 2.0, where he was bonded with the Venom symbiote. Together, they would become Agent Venom. And I want to talk a bit about that. Surprisingly, I don't get how the story. Well, I guess it's a story, so it's not real because if he really lost his leg, the legs would be gone, like like visually, physically gone, right? All right, so this is just Spider-Man. Spider-Man, just it's just Spider-Man, nothing else. Um, if you want to look at him, all right, that's the classic Spider-Man. Amazing Fantasy number 15. An awkward young scientist nerd who wasn't exactly Mr. Popular. Peter Parker's entire life changed when he was bitten by a radioactive spider that gave him superpowers. Initially trying to use them for his own fame and fortune, Spider-Man decided to become a hero after his ignoring a fleeing thief led to the death of his uncle Ben. Since that day, Spider Man has fought for those who cannot fight for themselves because, as his uncle said, with great power comes great responsibility. So that was regular Spider Man. And who we have here is Spider Man from the Homecoming Spider Verse! Right? This is what he looks like. It's basically the black outlining that is different, and I guess his wings. There's some differences in the spider, but not too much. Alright, so year has been weird for Peter Parker. His honors classes have been loading on the homework. Girls, well, being girls. No, girls are being, well, he's not really sure, but he knows it's confusing, and he also developed superpowers and started fighting crime as Spider-Man. So yeah, his years are weird. Luckily, he doesn't have to wear his homemade suit anymore. With a little help from a superpowered billionaire, Spider-Man is now decked out with enough high-tech goodies to take on the world. But will it be enough to stop the Vulture? We sure hope so. Time to prove you're a true hero, Parker. McQueen's New York proud. Alright, so that was the Homecoming one. This is the Iron Spider from Infinity War. And obviously, he doesn't look like the Iron Spider from Infinity War. Well, he does, but in a way. But, he
Can I
doesn't
help you
have
with something?
access to his powers or anything.
Whoa, buddy, we just met. What? Quit it?
Alright, Avengers Infinity War 2018. A great evil is coming to Earth from beyond the stars. Thanos! The showdown between Earth's mightiest heroes and the galaxy's greatest threat is inevitable. Tony Stark, known to most as Iron Man, has been preparing for this day, building his suits and weapons for his fellow heroes. The Iron Spider suit is one of the product of his preparation. But even with the added power of this suit, does our web-slinging friend stand a chance against the immense power of Thanos? Question mark. All right, this is Nick Fury. Issue number 5, Ultimate Marvel Team Up. As one of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s best operative, Nick Fury quickly rose through the agency's ranks to become director of S.H.I.E.L.D. When an alternate universe's Peter Parker died, Fury was taken into custody, the victim of a conspiracy to take over S.H.I.E.L.D. from the inside. But he regained his rank in time to see Miles Morales take up the mantle of Spider-Man. Now rebuilding S.H.I.E.L.D. from the ground up, he's doing whatever it takes to keep the multiverse safe. And this is so why there is so many Spider Verse, and I don't really get this. There is so many Spider Verse that they could have just talked about Nick Fury, right? But they had to talk about Miles Morales' multiverse or Spider Verse, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really make sense because this game isn't even based on Miles Morales' multiverse or Spider Verse, right? So that's something I don't like. I mean, I like Miles Morales, I like all the other Spider Man, but You gotta pick something, you know, that is. I just feel like, why? Why his multiverse? And of course, they should have added the old Nick Fury into this game too. I mean, this could be a Nick Fury from another Spider Verse or another multiverse because back in the day in the 1950s, um, this is not the Nick Fury. All right, who we have here is Venom, the classic Venom. All right, so first appearance, Amazing Spider-Man issue 299. Formerly a bright young journalist, Eddie Brock's reputation was destroyed when he failed to properly vet an exclusive story he wrote about the identity of a villain known as the Sin Eater, which was later proven to be untrue by Spider-Man. Brock was fired, and the resulting scandal contributed to his divorce. A laughingstock with no job prospect, Brock was about to take his own life when he was founded by the symbiote, which had just been rejected by Spider Man. The symbiote bonded with Eddie, and because of their mutual hatred of Spidey, should be Spider Man, they became the villain known as Venom, who would become one of the most formidable foes that Spider Man ever faced.
Hey! What is it? What do you want?